fade away. These are the words that haunt me every day. How can you give up love that's wanting to stay? Stay, stay, stay. जीना तेरे बिन मैं खोना चाहूं आजा सैया आजा सैया तेरे बिन मैं जीना तेरे बिन मैं खोना Welcome, Swagatam, Dhanyavad. Thank you for being here with me. I am Rita Morar and you are tuned into Music Hills Season 3. I can't believe we are back. How are you guys? Let's just see if there are a few people joined. Hey, my right-hand man. Thank you for joining, Kicks. How are you all? I hope you're doing well and I hope you've had a great summer. Summer decided to join us finally today on this amazing Monday, 6th of September, and I'm not complaining, I'm just totally grateful. So let me know who's here. Make sure you do drop me a comment, please, and then I will share your thoughts. Hi B, thank you for joining, Bella. Oh, it's so lovely to see you all here and giving so much for support to Music Hills. It means a world to me. I have a new setup. You can't see it because I can see it, but don't trust me, I've got your back. I've got a new desk, a new PC, and it's all like high definition and all this funky jazzmatazz, but we are here. So yeah, so we're on both YouTube and Facebook. Hi Vedaji, thank you for joining. So blessed to have you here. And hi Pri, so much love for you, my chutki. Hope you guys are all well. And chicks, don't worry, I know the echo is on. I usually start with the echo so I don't have to worry about it. But thank you. And we have Chirag Rao in the house tonight. What better way can I start season 3 with such an amazing artist? You guys are going to be blown away by his voice, you know. And the first gig that I had back with the amazing 515 crew, Shama Shah gave me the privilege to sing with them, and it was the first time that I sang with Chirag online, and oh my god, not online, live, and oh my god, he blew me away, and it was just so beautiful just to hear the power in his voice, and I had to get him back on. As you guys know, that we have music back with us in the world live. I see all my amazing friends out there doing what they do best. And I see all the people out there online as well, still making their mark, pushing themselves. All those amazing male artists, producers, musicians, not forgetting us female artists out there who are so many of us. And we are just ready to unleash you all with some beautiful music. So I hope you guys are ready, because we've still got that fire in us and we've got so much lined up for you post-COVID. We know it's still there, so make sure you guys are keeping all your precautions and keeping well and safe. I hope you all are safe and happy where you are. So let me just talk about what Music Hills is. If this is the very first time that you are joining me, welcome. My name is Rita Morar, and I am a musical fusion artist. I sing both in Hindi and English. I am based in London, and I've been doing this for most of my life, solo artist since 2010. Now, the reason why I am hosting Music Hills is because I started this back in 2020 in the first lockdown, when I was missing music and I wanted to know what music meant to other people, because I know for a fact that it's healed me in so many ways, more than one. So I started this initiative on Instagram with one of my friends, Vic, who is an amazing percussionist, musician, artist. And then from there, it just grew and grew and grew. I didn't anticipate it to be to where it is now. And that's all because of your love and support, because of all your encouragement, because of all the amazing creatives, the creative individuals. I couldn't have done this without them. And sharing their journey, sharing a piece of them with you guys, what music means to them, how it's developed them personally, spiritually, physically. And, you know, what better way is it to share the joy of music and to share with you how much music has helped and healed other human beings, the love that we've needed through music. So yeah, so I've done season 1, and then I've done season 2. Season 2 actually came onto YouTube and Facebook, and here I am now, season 3. But we're going to switch it up with season 3, because I'm not going to be doing it weekly. I've decided, and because I've got so many projects up and coming myself, that I still wanted to deliver this to you guys. So it's going to be held fortnightly, and we've got Chirag Rao today, which we're going to speak to in a bit, and then we've got Sangeeta Kohli that's going to be joining me on 20th of September. Season 3, yes, here we are. So as you know, I start off with a song, and then I'll bring on Chirag. So if you guys have any questions for Chirag, start thinking, and I'm sure that you will put them in the comments. If you enjoy this, and if you are loving it and the discussion we have, please do like this video. Please do heart it. All the likes and all the shares and everything. Just spread the love and word about Music Hills, because you never know who it could help out there. So for you today, I was thinking I'm not going to sing, but then at the very last minute I thought, nah, I am going to sing. So I decided to sing one of my own, and it's actually a request. Somebody's out there has actually requested this song, and I thought to sing for you my only song that I started my solo career, and that's Rain, and then we'll get Chirag on, yeah? So I hope you guys enjoy. This is called Rain, and this is from me to you for joining me today. Can you feel the rain? Can you feel the sun? Can you feel the moment of the pain that's going on? Can you hear me laugh? Can you hear me cry? Can you feel my pain when you left and you said goodbye? Can you feel the rain? Can you feel the sun? Can you feel the rhythm of the beat that's playing on? Can you hear me laugh? My heart is open wide. Have you felt that feeling when there's nothing left inside? Ooh, can you read my heart? Can you read my mind? Can you stop and recognize the love you never tried? I wonder where you are. Do you wonder why? Everything I have for you has left me with no pride. Can you feel it? Can you see it inside you? Can you feel it? किसी में बता तुमको मेरा If this is love, why don't you feel it? If this was love, why didn't you see it? If this was love, why don't you see it? Why don't you feel it? Why don't you need it? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. This is my rain. This is my rain. This is my rain. This is my rain. Wow. Yay. I'll give myself a round of applause there. But thank you so much. I can see the love for rain out there. So many of you know me for rain as well. So I'm so privileged and honored that I have a platform that I can still share that with you. So thank you so much for your love and support. Okay, should we get Chirag on? Enough of me now? I think so too. So, Chirag Rao, I hope you're ready for me. Bear with me. Thank you, Bella. Hey!
Hello, hey,
Hey, Chirag, how are you?
that was amazing. I was blown away by it. I was just sitting there, just
Thank you.
listening to it, just enjoying
Thank
it. Just
you. I was
amazing.
like, oh my God, the window isn't open, the fan isn't on. I am boiling.
That is
Oh,
amazing.
thank you
And
so
even
much.
even the first gig that you mentioned when you came back and you did the sound check, everyone was just like, "Wow, what is
Thank you.
this?"
What is
That
this?
was
Who is
amazing,
this woman?
amazing.
Thank you so much, Chirag, for joining me. So, guys, we got Chirag in the house.
Thanks so much for having me. It's
No,
amazing to
it's
be here.
such a pleasure. You know, I just can't think of a better way to start Music Hill season 3 with just you and your journey, and it's just amazing. And it's just so funny how we've connected with each other, just like over the gigs, and then obviously with Dosivji, which we're going to talk about later,
Yeah,
and now you're
yeah.
here on Music Hills. It's all meant to be.
So we've got the connection where Hayes massive in the
I
house, isn't
know,
it?
Hayes
We've kind of grown up in
Massive.
Hayes.
We will definitely get onto that. Okay, so we got Chirag. Chirag, do you just want to give a bit of yourself, who you are and what you do, and then we'll start off.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Chirag Rao. I'm a singer, born and brought up in the UK, but kind of lived all over the world and all over the UK as well. Well, all over London. Traveled around India, and it just kind of just fed my passion for Indian music and music in general. So it all started with my grandfather, who was a classical musician and a singer and
Wow.
stuff. So it's kind of in the family, but it's just something that I just fell in love with at a very young age, and have continued my journey and still am of actually
Yeah.
learning music, and
Just
that's an
growing. You're
ongoing
just
journey. Yeah,
growing and growing and growing, Cheeks. That's what you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
What does music then? Okay, let's get into it. I'm not
Oh, okay.
very excited.
Gonna get right into it.
Yeah, we are gonna get right into it. What does music mean to you, and how does it heal you?
I think for me, it's definitely an escapism. Obviously, we have this everyday life that we live. In the UK, it's very difficult to kind of be a full-time musician. So I think we're very blessed in what we do. I see there's quite I see Vedaji's here as well. She's been in the
Vedaji,
London
yeah,
scene for a
yeah.
long time. So I think we're all very blessed because we get to escape from our everyday lives. And then we not only do we escape, but we're able to take the people that are um, in this country that love Indian music and Bollywood music or music in general, and we get to take them on a journey as well. And that's what music is to me. It's that escapism, the ability to kind of really put your heart on the line and really express the meanings of the songs and touch people's hearts.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I love about it.
Wow. So if you guys have got any questions for Chirag, please do put them in the comments. If you've got any comments about what we're talking about as well, I would love to know what you guys think. So Chicks, you talked about how you started, and it was from a very young age. So tell us, how did that happen? And you said your father, was it your grandfather that was a big part of it?
Yes.
So how did that happen? Can you remember a memory that you had, or just how it all started? That'd be great.
Yeah. So the first thing is just sitting in front of the harmonium as a kid with my grandfather,
Yeah.
and just teaching us simple compositions and stuff at a very young age. But then I think it was when I was in America, I was about 13 or 14. And at that age, no, sorry, first I started in India. So the first thing was I started impersonating singers. So I really enjoyed listening to I think Ashiki was massive at the time. I went to school there and Ashiki was
The
playing
first
all over the
Ashiki,
radio.
right?
The real one,
Yeah,
yeah.
the original. There's only
The
one.
original, yeah. So the first thing was just kind of trying to sound like a Bollywood singer almost, and it was just a playful thing.
Yeah.
And then from there it just developed from there, like how can I make my voice sound like this, or how can I do this movement? It's very different. It's like I didn't know how it's done, so I became curious and
Yeah.
started learning and just seeking. And then it became more and more serious when I think Sonu Nigam, for a lot of us UK singers, is a massive inspiration.
Yeah.
Still
Most
is.
definitely.
So when Saregama started, I just became engrossed, and I was just like, oh my God, there's another level to this stuff, man. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to be able to take it there. So after university, I went to India, and then there from Ustadji called Ustad Ghulam Mustafa Khan Sahab, very well-renowned teacher. I spent a year out there, and that was the kind of start of my journey.
And because, did you watch the films as well? Were you really into the
Yeah,
Bollywood
of
films?
course.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
yeah.
So you mentioned Ashiki. Were there any like other films at that time? Because that
Oh,
takes
so
me to my like, you know, heyday of like Ashiki, Rang, Bazigar, you know, the 90s. And
yeah,
I'm proud to say that when they came out first time, I was actually seeing them live on stage, you know. So for
yeah.
me to hear all these remixes, I'm like, oh, okay. But, you know, my heart always lies with the 90s stuff. You know, it'll never be the same as what it was
Yeah, and
then.
there's something that happens when you watch an Indian movie in India in the
Yeah.
cinema.
Yeah.
So,
Were
so
they all shouting and screaming and jumping
yeah, it's
up?
just
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
experience. It's just crazy. So you get all these crazy people, and there's so much passion for the film and what's going on. And I
Yeah.
just became engrossed. And I think the first film I saw in India was a film called Tezab, Anil Kapoor with Madhuri
Okay. Yeah.
Dixit. And I saw that in the cinema.
Togia. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I know that song.
yes,
Yeah.
that one. And then I think Dil was out when I was studying there as well. Dil was massive at the time. Mujhe
Yeah.
Nae, all those
Yeah. Venus says Bollywood
songs,
is the best. Of course it is.
obviously,
But
without a doubt. So
without a
yeah,
doubt,
so
yeah.
those are the songs at that time that really I just fell in love with.
Yeah, yeah. So then, okay, so you also mentioned that you travel around the world and stuff. So did your music travel with you? Did you find that your style changed? How did you stay to what you believed in about Bollywood, or did you venture over, you know, how's it been for you, Chirag?
Yeah, so I think my style's evolved over the years, and that's simply because of what we do as a band. So the 515 chorus you
Big
mentioned
love
earlier
to the
on,
515 crew
yeah,
and
absolutely. They're
Shama.
just the best, probably the
Totally.
best band in the UK at the
Yeah,
moment, without a
yeah.
shadow of a doubt. And they really pushed me, because when I first joined them, I was like doing the Rafi Saab stuff. I was doing a little bit of Kumar Sanu, a little bit of Sonu Nigam. That was it. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't have anything else. And then when I joined the band, there was a whole load of stuff I needed to learn. So we started doing Kailash Kher, we started doing
Oh, wow.
more kind of English stuff. So I started singing Michael Jackson, and
Yeah.
I've always kind of loved Michael Jackson. Obviously, which kid didn't?
Which
So
you smash anyway, I have to say. You smash. I was like, I did expect that from you guys when I was performing with you, but to be there on stage with you and the guys, it was just phenomenal. I'm like, what do I sing? Should I just dance? Or shall I do the moonwalk? Would they realize that I'm doing the one?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, the different like styles and stuff. Yeah. How
Yes,
did
then
you
we
find
started
that?
doing jazz and stuff. It's just so amazing because I get to do so much. Like, if you're an artist in India, like and you're a playback singer, you get to do what you do, and
Yeah.
that's it. You don't get to do much more. But because we have to go out there and we have to cater to a very wide range of listeners,
Yeah.
we have to do songs from the 1950s to the most
Yeah.
recent songs, and then you've got to do all the English stuff and all the Western stuff. So it's really helped. Like, I from that, I kind of was able to kind of work out where I needed to go, where my development is, and that's just the ongoing process. Like, I
Yeah.
want to do this now, I want to do that,
Yeah.
I want to be able to sing like this. So yeah, that's been a massive kind of way of development, just joining the band and working with them.
See, that's the thing, like, as a performer, you know, firstly, I've got to say hi to Nisha. Thank you for joining, Annie. Big love to you all and the family and Zubi. And we've got Meenakshi here. Thank you, Meenakshi, for this comment for Chigs. Chirag, you are awesome. You sing with so much passion. He does.
She's my Masi, so
Ah,
when I talk
Masi.
about my granddad, she's going to be all happy because
Oh,
he was the
bless.
kind of pillar. He kind of drove all of us to kind of
Yeah.
in this
Thank
direction.
you.
So
Thank you so much, Meenakshi ji. Yeah, so yeah, as a performer, you have to be versatile. Well, I know that as well, you know, and
yeah,
it's just great that you have done that as well, because that just shows your versatility.
yeah.
Did you feel that, you know, is it quite hard as an artist to focus like on fusion, as in like, okay, so let me start again. Hindi, you have a voice. English, you have a voice, like different. Are they different styles that you have to adapt to, or do you find that, you know, the more that you've done it, the more you've become aware of how you have to put yourself out there? Like, say you sing jazz, which we're going to talk about in a bit, and then you've got the Bollywood side. You know, how do you tackle that as a male artist?
So I think one of the kind of big things was kind of working on my craft and kind of understanding what I need to, getting to know my voice, and
Yeah.
really understanding that actually you can sound, you know, if you're singing a particular style, you can actually change your voice to be able to sound, so like modulate your voice to be able to sound in that way. And there's I mean, I've done obviously a lot of Indian training, but also the Western training that I've done kind of helped me mold my voice to be suited to more different styles. So there's an institute called the Complete Vocal Institute, and they, you know, have different techniques for different styles that fit very well, and they're applicable to different genres as well. So you know, if you've got R&B, there's a specific way of actually using your voice to sound in that way. So when you're singing a Michael Jackson song, you can change your style of singing, the way that you're using your throat, and your kind of the amount of throw you're giving, the kind of coordination of your vocal cords, all of that stuff. So that's been really invaluable in helping me kind of cater to the needs of the band.
So guys, if you have any questions, you're very quiet there. Come on now, let's get you all involved. If you've got any questions for myself or Chirag about music, about live performances and being versatile, and what kind of music do you like, you know, let us know. We've got Priya here. Pri, you said 90s songs have a special place in my heart. I think they have for everybody. What's your favorite 90s track, Chigs?
It's hard, so right? Difficult. It's so difficult. I know my first 90s track. So the first 90s track that I did on stage was a song called Tum Mile Dil Ki Le.
No way.
Yeah, and I did that
did you do the talking in the middle?
Darling, every breath you take, every move you make, that stuff. No, I didn't do it. I skipped that because that ruined the song for me. So yeah.
So you know when that song came out, right? So that was when I started to learn about like new age music. So when Enigma came out with Sadness.
Yes,
obviously they sampled one of like Enigma's tracks, so Tu Mile, right? So when that came together, I was like, my mind was blown. Like, can you imagine this like 19-year-old, like, oh my God, you know, what has just happened? Bollywood and Enigma together. I actually thought they did it together, but hey, you know, it's like, it was A.R. Rahman, right?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't A.R. Rahman. Okay, that wasn't A.R. Rahman.
It's M.M. Kareem, but I'm probably
And so anyway, so when that song came out, I was like, wow, you know. But when it came to that bit, darling, every breath you take, I thought, oh no. So every time I put it on a tape, I actually took that bit out.
So we did this thing with the band where we're like, how can we kind of make something out of that? So we just were like, well, how would a Cockney person say that line? So we just did it in a Cockney accent. Darling, every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be there with you. So that was just a different take on the song, just to make it a little bit more fun and not so cheesy.
Priya has asked, will you sing a line for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the first song I sung in Hayes back in the day.
Hey!
Taste of Asia.
Yes.
So
Taste of Asia. Oh my God. Okay.
It's called Taste of Asia. We did this like yearly kind of competition thing. Well, it isn't a competition, it's just like a talent show, a school talent show. Yeah. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I was asked to sing. I was like, okay, fine. So yeah, that was my first stage performance. So I'll sing a couple of lines for Priya.
Yeah, please do.
तुम मिले दिल खिले और जीने को क्या चाहिए हाँ तुम मिले दिल खिले और जीने को क्या चाहिए ना हो तू उदास तेरे पास पास मैं रहूंगा जिंदगी भर ना हो तू उदास तेरे पास पास मैं रहूंगा जिंदगी भर सारे संसार का प्यार मैंने तुझी में पाया तुम मिले दिल खिले और जीने को क्या चाहिए. There you go.
That's a true artist. See, my mic was muted. You can tell that, you know, I still got to get into this. That was a true artist, like just on the fly, just there. You know, do you get that quite a lot as an artist, like when you're singing?
You have to be on the ball, man. There's like,
you've got some claps here.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry,
hey, Nimesh, how you doing?
Nimesh and Priya. We got some peeps in the house. And Nimesh. Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, sorry, no, I was saying that we need to be on the ball because like there's people that are events and they're just like, yeah, sing this song, sing that song. So, you know, you don't want to let them down. So we normally have them on our set list anyway, prepared most of the time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you have to be on the ball with us.
Always have to be, and I have to vouch for that. Kevin is actually saying amazing, and Sunita's joined us. Thank you for
Hey,
joining, Sunita. Big love. Um, I've got to definitely say, like when Shams sent me the list of what you guys do, it was like, oh my gosh, and but it's amazing because you covered so array of tracks, like just to like keep the client happy but at the same time keep the flow going. How important is it on live, like to keep that flow going?
oh
Do
my
you
God.
actually, okay, so you got the list, yeah, and then you probably got to like change it because you probably check out the crowd, don't you? Which I know the answer to, but just for everyone to understand, how much pressure is it? It's not just like list damn as a live artist. How is it for you?
So do you know what? I've got to give props to my co-artist Shams for this.
Yes.
She's very, very good at setting out the flow
Mm,
of the show itself.
yeah.
So depending on the actual event itself, we'll sit down, or she'll sit down, make the set list. She will actually run it by us at time to time as well, but she's got it on lock. So she'll have a really nice flow throughout the actual show.
Yeah.
And typically what happens, what we try and do is not veer from that set list too much, because we want to present it in a way where every song has a place,
Yeah.
and there's a bit of a backstory to it. We make something of it, so it really flows with the show. So there's going to be peaks and troughs, and we kind of try and take the audience on a journey. And those are the, yes, you did just
She's
hear your name,
joined.
and I'm
Hey,
giving you props,
Shams.
giving you some dad.
Thank you for joining, darling. We're talking about you. All
So
good
yeah,
things.
no, absolutely. No, she's bless her, she's really good at doing the set
Yeah.
list. And there's a time, and she'll laugh at this, when I join, I'll be like, there's a fast song coming on, and I'll be like, can I sing Kalwana Ho? Like, just like without any kind of regard of the flow of the show. So yeah, I've kind of reined that back in now, and now it's like, what song is going to suit? If it's not my song, it's completely fine. It could be,
Yeah.
Nimesh's song, it could be Shams's song, one of the other co-artists, or your song with us. So it
Yeah.
just depends on the flow and how the audience is responding to that.
Yeah, totally. Big love to Meenakshi. She said such a lovely, I have to this up. Love you, my dear Chirag. Always heal everyone's soul. Oh, that's cute. Thank you so much. We go back to Shama. Shama, we were just saying that, Chigs and I, and obviously, the session that we had when we came back, is just how much work that you put into the lists and how much effort you put in. And, I think that's, I have to commend that to you. And, it's just amazing. So thank you so much for that. Big love to your artistry, and it'd be amazing to have you Sunday Music Hills to talk about your journey too. So most love to you. So Chigs, you'll probably see me going higher. That is probably because people are joining and stuff, so just ignore me and just keep carrying on talking whatever you
No
need
problem.
to.
No
If you guys
problem.
have just joined, thank you so much for joining. My name is Rita Morar. We got Chirag Rao in the house. And if you guys are enjoying this, please do like the video on YouTube, share it, also like it on Facebook, or love it, whatever you like to do. Just keep spreading the word, and let's get Chirag heard out there. Okay, so Chirag, I usually ask this question very later, but I know there's a reason why I'm going to do it now. And you guys, all of you usual lot, suspects, know what I'm going to talk about, and that's the Song of Solace. So Song of Solace, if this is the first time you guys have joined, I have put a playlist together. When I first joined this, I started to talk about, how does music heal other people, and, with the creatives. And then I came up with an idea that, Song of Solace is a one particular track that you can share with everyone that will like inspire them or gives them good energy. And obviously, because we were all in lockdown, we were all trying to find playlists and like things that inspire other people just to keep going. And this is where Song of Solace came about. So if you find my profile under Spotify, under Rita Morar, you will find a Spotify list called Music Heals, which has all the Song of Solace songs that other people have said in all the other seasons. And I think I have about coming up to 80 tracks. So that's how many we've done, sessions we've done. And obviously I had to ask Chirag, this is one thing I didn't want to miss out on season 3. So Chigs, what, how did you narrow it down? And I know you're going to sing us some of this beautiful track. or how much you want to. So how did you narrow it down, and what others did you like think of?
So it came out of the conversation with me and you, actually. So a song of solace, obviously there's going to be loads of songs that you can choose from, but we were talking about a journey and how, you know, you have music there as part of your life. It can be sometimes a bit of a distraction. It can be something that kind of stops you from performing brilliantly at work, you know, putting all your energy, because you're kind of divided, right? You've got this normal life that you lead, and then you've got your music life.
Yeah.
So my relationship with my music, if it was to be a woman, the music, and I was talking to her about my love for her, and, you know, that's what this song does.
Okay.
And it's dedicated to all the artists out there, because I know where you're coming from and the struggles. So yeah, that's why I've chosen this particular song.
It's a beautiful track, guys. So let's reveal the track. So yeah, amazing.
Pilea. So yes, exactly. So if the song, when I perform it, I'm going to be performing it as I'm singing it to my relationship with my music.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
So take it away, Chigs.
Yeah, I'm just going to sing on Tanpura. Is that all right? I'm just giving myself.
Why? Yeah, set yourself up. So we got Chirag Rao today in the House of Music Hills. It's such an honor to have another amazing performer with me. And I'd also like to say, and I'm so sorry I didn't say this earlier on, big love to Krupa and Shreya. You know, thank you for lending me Chirag for the evening. So much love for you both, and I hope you're doing well. So Chirag, I'm going to leave it for you to sing away. And
Brilliant.
guys, please do give him your support. And if you're enjoying it, put your comments. All yours, Chigs.
Brilliant. फिर ले आया दिल मजबूर क्या कीजिए रास ना आया रहना दूर क्या कीजिए दिल कह रहा उसे मुकम्मल कर दिया वो जो अधूरी सी बात बाकी है वो जो अधूरी सी याद बाकी है वो जो अधूरी सी याद बाकी है करते हैं हम आज कबूल क्या कीजिए हो गई थी जो हमसे भूल क्या कीजिए दिल कह रहा उसे मयसर कर दिया वो जो दबी सी आस बाकी है वो जो दबी सी आँच बाकी है वो जो दबी सी आँच बाकी है वो जो दबी सी आँच बाकी है किस्मत को है ये मंजूर क्या कीजिए गबनी दरे नीरे निधाने धामा धापा किस्मत को है ये मंजूर क्या कीजिए किस्मत को है ये मंजूर क्या कीजिए मिलते रहे हम बादस्तूर क्या कीजिए दिल कह रहा उसे मसलसल कर भी आओ वो जो रुकी सी राह बाकी है वो जो रुकी सी चाह बाकी है वो जो रुकी सी चाह बाकी है वो जो रुकी सी चाह बाकी है Thank you. I don't know how that sounded on your end because the tanpura, I don't know if it was too loud or, but there we go. I can't hear you anymore.
Again, sorry, I was on mute. That was amazing. Chirag, that was just beautiful. And there was so much emotion you can see Keeban's put up there as well. Yeah, a lot of people are loving it, Nimesh. And yeah, thank you so much for that. Very serene. That was very serene. How do you control your voice, Chigs? You know, the best the ability that you have, is it your breathing, is your awareness? You know, what comes into that when you are singing something as so beautiful as
the first thing is controlling your brain, because like when you're on something like this, you can kind of get overwhelmed. There's people watching. So the first thing is just to try and just get the brain to stop jumping around and sit down. And the best way to do that is by just regularly practicing and just making sure you're doing your riyaz, because then you've got that to go back on. So when I started this, I was like, oh my God, I'm singing live, but then as I got into it, it's like the music takes you away. You've done your riyaz, you've done your practice, so let's just stick to that. And that's the best way to kind of control. If you can control your brain, then you get to kind of control your voice a little bit more, because the brain it can be a monkey sometimes. It can really play games with you.
Thank you anyway. Yes, you too, and you've got no control. Yeah. How important is it for us artists, Chicks? I thought it'd be great to speak to you about this. How important is it, no matter how advanced you are in your profession, how important is it to keep on learning in music, and why?
It's just such an ongoing journey. Like there is not enough time to.
Is that an
offer? If there's an offer, then I'll act.
This is Rivco Theatre here, the director, of Pravesh Kumar. You can't get a much more compliment than that. Thank you so much for joining, Pravesh. Big love to you always.
So have I acted? That's a great question. So when I was in Nashville, Tennessee.
Let's talk about that.
Back in Nashville, Tennessee, when I used to live in the South, I used to.
So guys, this guy used to live in Tennessee, as you just said. How was it being out there, Asian, and doing a thing? How did he keep it up? Like singing.
I made the most of it, man. I loved being out. That is where I first did my Taste of Asia. I lied earlier. It wasn't my first stage performance.
Okay.
So when I was in Nashville, Tennessee, I used to sing in class with my teacher. He was a music teacher.
Okay.
And he just noticed something about me. He's like, I want to take you to an audition. So he took me to this town center of Nashville, Tennessee, the heart of country music. It's the heartbeat of America.
Yeah.
And I'm like this guy from England with an English accent, like not knowing what the hell I'm doing. And I did this audition. I played, it was this kind of urban kind of play where I was going to play one of the kind of gangsters or something, like the child gangsters. Anyway, I did my audition, and the next day my teacher calls me and is like, he actually knocks on my door, and then he's like, I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is you didn't get the role that you auditioned for.
Okay.
I knew I wasn't good enough.
Oh,
and it's like, but the good news is we've rewritten the whole play to make you the lead, and I played a character called Avatar. So yeah, I did my
Can't get
first
better than that, can you?
yeah.
Becoming the lead.
Yeah, so that's the little bit of acting I did in that. We did like I think a 3-month stint in Nashville, Tennessee, every Wednesday, Thursday, 2 performances on Saturday. So really, really great experience. And that was the last of my acting experience till Bend It Like Beckham a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, where I was a dep on it.
Oh,
And
were you? Wow.
yeah, so
Yeah.
on Bend It Like Beckham, I was standing on the stage and I was like, this actually feels a little bit familiar. I don't know where from, and it just took me back to Nashville, Tennessee. I was like, oh my God, I've done this before. So cool. Like, I'll
That's
be all right. Yeah.
amazing. So you'll always have it. So Pravesh, you know where Chirag is if we need him. Okay, yeah. So back to the like learning as a artist. How important is it, and why is it? No matter how far you are in your career.
Do you know what it is? Like, we've got such a rich library, and we've got such amazing little stars in the form of the greats. So we've got Lata Mangeshkar, we've got Rafi Saab, we've got Mukesh and Kishore Saab as well, Kishore Ji rather. So we've got all of this, and they're all a school in themselves. And I'm a big fan of Rafi Saab, and I could spend days just re-listening and relearning songs that I think I know, but I listen to them like, that's wrong. I need to do this. Like this, the way that he's expressed that word.
Yeah.
That needs to be on point. It doesn't. You don't have to sound like the singer, but that's a massive training ground. And recently, I started like listening more to Lataji now, and I just learned a song the other day of hers as well. And I'm just like, we've got such a massive. They call it a khazana, like a treasure chest of gurus that we need to learn from, and they're just So that continuous development is massive, and then we've got the need for the real guidance, the in-person guidance. And you'll know as well as I do, there's only one person there's lots of amazing teachers, but for me personally, my guru currently is just out of this world, and I love
Who I
him
can
so
say is
much.
my guru now.
Is your guru too? Amazing. Yes.
Please
we're
do tell us
Guru
who
Bhai
it is.
Ben now.
Yes, we are indeed. So who is it, and how long have you been learning from them?
So it's Dosi Faktaji, and he is, forget the music, just put that to one side because that's a whole other thing. But he is just the most amazing person, one of the most amazing people I've ever met. Love him to bits. He's like a father figure, a brother figure, a friend. You could crack jokes with him. There's no kind of real formalities, although I still try and keep it formal because I have that much respect for him.
Of course, you have to.
But that guy, I mean, you need that guidance. If you want to sing Bollywood songs and you want to sing it authentically, you need a teacher that's going to teach you and take you down that route, and he is that man.
So Chirag, actually, we were talking about, on the way to, I think it was to Tosivji, and like talking how important it is to learn, like whatever stage you are in your career, and then I actually reached out to Chirag to ask about Tosivji, and today I had my first lesson with him, and it was just phenomenal. Like there's so much to learn as an artist. You can be told that you are the best, but I believe in music that music is ever evolving, and you can be an ustad at what you do, but however there will be some little thing that comes out that you realize, oh my gosh, I don't know about this, maybe I should learn, that's going to help me. And it's not only like when you're learning, it's also theoretical. So not only are you learning the theory and you're doing both together, and that is sometimes I feel is lacking in our industry, the knowledge and that. But it's just so amazing that we have figures such as Tosivji that would give us that guidance. And I think it's so important to move it forward that way,
And it's important to know that
generations.
Absolutely. It's important to know that himself as an artist and a singer is just out of this world. He's a ghazal singer.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about him, his background? And
so his background is really, really rich, and he doesn't actually kind of publicly kind of, I think like he needs someone like me to market him in terms, because I mean he's massively popular, but in terms of like the kind of pedigree that he comes from, it's just insane. So like not only is he an amazing artist, he's learned from obviously Jagjit Singh Ji, who's the king of ghazals.
You can't get better than that.
and he's like had guidance from Parveen Sultana ji and Dilshad Khan Sahab and all this stuff, but like his music speaks for itself. It's just beautiful. So an amazing artist and an amazing teacher as well.
Yeah. And you know what, Chigs, it comes out in your voice as well. Like the first time I heard you, so I heard you a couple of years ago. Big love, Vinny. Sorry, Vinny. Thank you for joining. So much love.
Hey, Vinny.
She's gonna catch it back later. You can do that whenever you want. Thank you, Vinny. And we got Pari here as well. So proud of you. From your fave sister, Neha.
Aww.
Singing is
big shout out to my lovely sister,
Neha.
Neha.
Singing is healing for sure. Especially when you got brother like that that's singing to you like all the time, you know. No, it's true. And like, you know, when you told me that like he learned from Jagjeet Singh Ji, I thought, singing ghazals are just, you know, it's like the poetry, the Urdu poetry. It's like, you know, bringing out that emotion, and you can't get any more serene than like learning something like that. And it's control, isn't it, as well, Chicks? Don't you find like when you're learning something, you have to have that control to understand like flaws and like learn better and just do better. This is what we're talking about today in lesson, actually.
Exactly. And the thing is that with singing, the more you learn, the more you realize how much there is to learn. So you go on this like journey, you start off on this journey thinking, yeah, I'm a bad boy, I can sing Kumar Sanu and I could do this. And then you realize that, hold up a second, there is a massive ocean. And then you get to that ocean and you're in that ocean, and then you realize that ocean is just the tip of the iceberg. Kind of use all these analogies, but it's just never ending. It's just never ending. And the teacher just helps you kind of see that and go on that path and learn as much as you can in the time that you have. So I'll be learning with Dosip Ji for as long as I possibly can.
Yeah. And it's so important. Whatever artistry you guys out there have, you know, like I read a quote today actually, that if you dedicate from today, right, 15 minutes of your time for something that you love doing or you want to learn, right, 15 minutes of your day, I kid you not, that will be 90 hours for a whole year. If we came back next year and I asked you, what have you learned in those 90 hours? You know, you could build on something. If there's anybody out there that's thinking of taking up music or thinking of learning vocal production, or I don't know, you know, just like putting yourself out there, not only as a creative, but, you know, we've got Priya online writing, we've got Bina who does pottery and amazing artistry as well. And, you know, it like whatever you guys want to learn, you know, put your time and effort into it. This is one thing as well I learned today. If you put that effort and time into doing something, you will know what your strengths are, and you will know how you can be shining more than you are ever like shining out there anyway. And that was something that I took away today. I thought, oh wow, you know, that, you know, you're a star. And remember he said this as well, Chicks, that, you know, you're a star, you're supposed to be shining out there, you know, not like be in the darkness and stuff. So, you know, that the metaphor of it is just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, Chiggs, you know, we talked about like, you know, like you growing up with Bollywood. We talked about Michael Jackson, a bit of hee. And then obviously we've like spoken about Lataji and how you're like changing and being versatile. We haven't spoken about the jazz side.
The massive side.
I know we're going to be about hitting 9 minutes, but 9 o'clock. But are you all right to stay on for a couple of minutes?
100%. I could stay and chat with you all the time. You know that, how much we talked on the way to lesson.
We do actually. Let's talk about the fusion stuff. So guys, you are like, you know, you're blown away by his Bollywood and stuff. But have you heard Mr. Chirag Rao sing a bit of like jazz? Are you going to give us a bit?
I could, if
go on.
Is there a specific jazz song that people like? So I'm a massive Sinatra fan.
Yeah.
So I could sing like some of his Michael Bublé songs as well.
Let's stick to the rap.
Sinatra. Okay, cool. So let's do. I wasn't thinking about doing jazz, but let's do "Fly Me to the Moon."
Oh, I was gonna say "Fly Me to the Moon."
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All yours.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play amongst the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me swing forevermore. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Then we did a mashup where we actually did Chand Chupa Badal Mein Sharma Ke Meri Jana Seene Se Lag Ja Tu Bal Kha Ke Meri Jana. And back to the fly me to the moon. Fly me to the moon and let me play amongst the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. There you go.
Hey! I heard that little deeply and then the little wave.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god, I could just like, oh, that is just
So
amazing.
I love that stuff. I have to sing like 5 or 6 songs every single night to my daughter to put her to sleep. So this is one of them. So yeah.
So what's the other ones?
Moonlight in Vermont. Have you guys heard that one?
No, give us a line.
A line? Okay, cool. Pennies in a stream. It's very, very like sleepy kind of song. Falling leaves of sycamore. Moonlight in Vermont. I see finger waves. Ski trails on a mountainside. Snowlight in Vermont. Telegraph cables, how they sing down the highway. And they travel each bend in the road. People who meet on this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely evening summer breeze, the warbling of a meadowlark, moonlight in Vermont. There you go. I'm taking up too much time.
No, this is all about you, Chirag. This is all about you. Marla, you've got some love here. My besties online, Hems, and thank you for joining, Hemki, and love to you and see. Wow, Chirag, that's amazing.
Thank you.
We so know. Thank you, Hemki. Lots of love to you both. And we've got MKV in the house, Marla. Nice, perfect for this end of summer heat. Babes, it's just starting the summer.
Yeah, the summer's just started, man. And big shout out to the India team for all the India supporters. Won the test match today.
But yay, well done. I didn't watch cricket today. I just didn't get a chance. But yeah, it was amazing. So well done, guys. Priya's saying we need a jazz duo. You've got like a whole series of few things coming out, haven't you? So what's happening for you, Chigs, like in terms of music and stuff? You know, obviously you're performing around UK with 515 crew and Shama, which is amazing. So make sure you guys, you know, go and check them out whenever you see them. Have you got any upcoming shows?
Yeah, so in terms of what's going on, the journey's just continuing. So you guys probably know Hinal Patani, the superstar MD. Big shout out to him. He's one of those guys that just keeps on developing, and he's like he's got this
And
whole
keeps on
jazz thing
giving.
that he's working on, and
Yeah.
we're doing this thing together called the Bollywood Brat Pack. So we take like an Indian song and find lyrically a jazz song that works with it. And that was that was the last project that we did. We did a live recording in the studio where we did Cry Me a River with Mere Dushman Tu Meri Dosti Ko Tarse. So lyrically it worked beautifully, musically it worked beautifully. So that's the next project. We're really excited about it. Even the Fly Me to the Moon
It's
kind of
an
Jan Chupa kind
exclusive.
of.
That's an exclusive.
Yeah,
Yay. We
yeah,
love exclusives here on Music Hills. You heard it right here.
Yeah, so it's definitely a niche. I don't know if jazz and Bollywood's everyone's thing, but
No, but you know what? That's a great beauty about music, that you can take it wherever you want to. You know, as long as you're in sur and you're in key, and you got the melody going. That's the main thing, I think.
Yeah.
I think anyway. You know how much I'm out the box. I can't fit myself in a box. Like, one genre, and it's just amazing to show that versatility that not only you have, Chigs, but the guys have as well. Like we can be so set in like just doing Bollywood. Because obviously that's part of us. That's where our mother tongue is, and that's our culture. That's where we learn. But because we're so diverse in where we are, and we are exposed to so much music, not saying not everyone else isn't, but as creatives, that we've got that chance to do it. So why not?
Yeah, the thing is, like, I went through a phase in my journey where I was torn because I wasn't really Indian. If I went to India, I'm not really Indian, and over here, I'm not really British, so to speak, because I was singing Indian music. So where do I fit in? And I've just accepted that, and I've embraced that. And Bollywood Brat Pack is that. It's the combination. It's the Brit Asian, and I'm Brit Asian and proud, and that's
it.
That's the journey.
Vinny's even saying it's so great what she's saying. It might not be everyone's thing, but that doesn't stop you from starting that trend and making everyone's thing. Yeah,
thank you. That's really
so
encouraging.
True. That is very encouraging. Thanks, Vin. So you've got that coming up, and have you got any live shows for us, or is that still being put together?
There's loads of. I mean, things have opened up and things are picking up. We were planning to put on a show in October, so we did with the 515 crew a lot of like 90s events, which were just massively popular. So we're planning to bring those back. We were just kind of waiting for things to open up and kind of testing the waters with other kinds of events first. But the big events are coming. And please do, if you're a 90s fan, I know there's loads of 90s fans on today, so come to those shows. Those are going to be amazing.
Definitely, vouch for it, and I'll be there as well, supporting you guys all the way. How was lockdown for you, Chigs? Like, we'll briefly touch on that. As an artist, did you find it really hard, not being able to sing live, because obviously you're a live performer? And
it was hard, but then also you got that time to kind of take a step back and evaluate where you are and start working on the craft itself. So it was obviously a tough time. I wrote a couple of songs doing it as well, which was nice, compositions and stuff. But it was a tough time, and music again was the thing that kind of kept me sane, like getting up, doing my riyaz, making sure I'm on point with that stuff, and just continually developing. Where can I improve? What can I do next? And that keeps us sane, that whole process. Never going to be the finished article. Don't want to be the finished article. I want to be a student for the rest of my life.
Ever evolving and ever being just great the way you are. Before we end, there's two things. Okay, so you guys, I've come with something new now in Music Hills, and we're gonna try it on Chigs, see if it works. Obviously, we have Song of Solace, and then we have Rita's rendition, and then obviously, like that playlist. But something I'm trying out is a quick fire round. So I'm gonna ask. I'm not going to do 60 seconds because I just don't know how many questions I should ask. So this quick fire round is going to be basically out of two alternatives, two options, which one would you go for? And obviously I'm going to base it around each creative that comes on. And I've just done a few. I've put up the list on my screen. So think about this when you answer, Chigs.
Okay.
Let's take it away. All right. There's going to be just literally one word. Two options for each one, and then you just decide which one. Okay. All right. Okay. First one: Sinatra or Nat King Cole?
Sinatra. But I love Nat King Cole. Sinatra just because of his expressions and the way that he has just so much swag. But Nat King Cole's voice was just insane. But Sinatra.
Sinatra. In the studio or performing live?
Oh God, it depends on my headspace at the time. I think I
What's
love
it
the
saying
studio. I
now?
love doing. Right now, I'm live because I haven't done it for
Yeah,
so long. I want to go
yeah.
live and I want to do
And we're
live
live
performances.
anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Bollywood or jazz?
Oh, I can't answer. That's like asking me to choose between two children. How am I supposed to
What are you
choose?
feeling right now?
I can't even choose Bollywood, jazz, Michael Jackson, R&B. I can't choose none of that stuff. So, no, but if it came down to it, and I had to make a choice, it would be Bollywood and jazz.
Your own. You've got to think of like a genre
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Bolly jazz. We could call it
Bolly
bolly
jazz,
jazz or
yeah.
jazz bolly. I don't know. You can tell us about that later on. All right.
It depends how many whiskies I've had. If I've had whiskies, then jazz all day long.
Hey, I've just got all the whiskies there. I'll just pass it on to you. I'm
Should
sure
have.
Kiggs has got one in his hand. Oh, cheers. This is just a bit Barney. Okay. Udit Narayan or Sonu Nigam?
Sonu Nigam because of Guruji, but I love Udit Narayan just as much.
You're sitting on the fence on all of these. Come on now.
So say that again?
You're sitting on the fence on all of these.
No, I'm not. I'm saying Sonu Nigam because of
Okay.
what he's given me. He inspired me to change my life. I went to India because of the guy and learned music out there because of him. So how can I not say that he is the one?
Yeah.
But Udit Narayan is
He's
out of this
phenomenal
world.
too.
Out of this world.
Okay. Summer party or winter ball?
Winter ball.
Ooh,
Dressed up in a tux, singing Christmas songs.
That's perfect. We can get the jazz on that side. All right.
Yeah.
Standing up singing or sitting down?
Standing up all day long.
Okay. Lyrics first or melody first?
This has changed recently, and I'll say lyrics first, 100%.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's because of Tosifji.
Yeah.
You'll go down that route as well.
I know. I'm going to start to do that now, right?
Yeah.
Minor scale or major scale?
Oh, you're asking me again to choose between two children. I love them both. I think major. I won't sit on the fence. I'll say major simply because it's very difficult to write a good composition in a major scale.
It really is.
Really difficult.
I can vouch for that too, Chigs. It's so hard. With minor, all my songs are mostly minor. I haven't actually got many like major. So that's going to be
major
a challenge.
scale, just because it's a bit more of a challenge.
Okay. Festival or theatre?
Theatre. But I love festivals too. God, festival with the 515, 100% all day long. Yeah, no, I'm changing my answer.
Love to see festival.
515 and a festival. There's just nothing like that. It's because of the drinking afterwards that we get to do as well.
The other's like the after party. I haven't even got that as an option. All right.
After party, and then there's an after party as well.
Oh, easy now. Okay. UK shows or abroad shows?
UK show. I won't turn my back on the UK audience. I'll say UK because they're such loving people. We get so much love in the UK. We're so blessed.
Yeah, we totally are. Okay. Riyaz in the morning or Riyaz in the evening? So this is like vocal training.
Both. There's time for both.
Yeah.
Riyaz in the mornings where you do your kharaj, you hold your sa, you do your tehra exercises.
Yeah.
You know, you go down to the bass notes. Your voice is ready for that. In the evening, you've got to have some time to do to actually learn the songs. So actually sit down, listen to the songs, practice them, sing them out. Your voice is awake at that time. So both 100%. Do 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the night.
Hey.
I wish.
My neighbors would get angry. Qawwali or ghazal?
Ghazal.
Yeah. Wow. You sing Qawwalis amazingly though. Let me just say that. Rafi Saab's Parda Hai off. That was just phenomenal. Casual or smart?
Smart.
Hey.
Although I'm casual today, but smart.
That's fine. It's just music hills. All right, the last one. Intimate setting mehfil or concert?
Wherever the listens are better, but intimate settings generally are what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's your quick fire round.
Amazing. That was fun.
So, you guys have been tuned into Chirag Rao. It's been such a pleasure chatting to you, Chigs, you know, especially talking about music. You and I could just talk about music all day long now that we know we are Hayes Massive and we got so much in common. And like we are sharing Tosuji as well. Before you do go, Chigs, there's one thing I'd like to ask is that, you know, as a male artist, you've established yourself, you've grown, you know, and it's just amazing and inspiring to see that. So thank you so much for that. But are there any 3 pointers that you can give out to somebody that's just about to start out in the industry as a male artist? What 3 things would you advise them, or would have wanted to know when you were first starting out? So yeah, number one.
I think the focus for me on this answer is going to be around the craft, like get to know your craft. And there's three kind of subdivisions under that. So you need to find a good start, definitely find a teacher, find that guidance, listen to the legends. Like if you want to sing Bollywood or even jazz, listen to the legends and the way that they're expressing the songs. That's the second point. And the third point under that, that's most important, is do your riyaz. Just practice, practice. But yeah, I mean, from a establishing yourself perspective, I'm not very good because I'm crap on social media. Sorry about my language. I'm not very much out there and stuff. But yeah, for me, it's all about the craft and just getting to know that. That's a journey that I'm on, and that's what I would encourage everyone to do if they want to do this stuff.
So under craft, you'd have three. So get an ustad.
Get a good teacher.
Listen to the legends. And practice. Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Chirag. Where can people find you if they want to like check your music out, and you know where can they find
Just
you?
come to Collingdale. No, I'm just joking. I don't live in Collingdale. I don't live in Collingdale.
Live in Hayes. No, he doesn't live in Hayes. Anyway, you got a whole load of people.
So yeah, you can follow me on social media. I although I mentioned that I'm not very good on it, I still have a Facebook profile, and I update it every now and again.
Yeah.
If you see my
Facebook
profiles, all my pictures have got like a black beard and
black
hair, and so it's a long time ago. But
I didn't want to say, but we got another silver fox, you know.
I don't know about
and you know,
old man.
no, that's a wise look. So don't you worry. Okay, so we can find you on Facebook, and are you on Instagram and stuff?
I am on Instagram, yeah, Chirag Rao singer.
Okay, amazing. So make sure you guys go and follow Chirag in his amazing journey. And listen, Chirag, it's just been wonderful speaking to you. As I said, we could just speak on and on and on, but we're going to leave it there today. But will you let us know next time, like, you know, in a year or so, if I'm still doing this, would you still come on Music Hills? Let us know how you've developed and what's been happening for you. It'd be amazing.
100%. It'd be my pleasure to come. I've had so much fun, just talking.
That's great. So you've been tuned into Chirag Rao, guys. I'm going to let Chirag go. But listen, thank you so much for joining, Chigs.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Speak to you on the side.
Thank you.
Speak to you in a bit. Bye. So we had Chirag Rao. Oh my God, wasn't he amazing? So much knowledge, and isn't it just amazing to know that how you can be so versatile as an artist, you can move forward in whichever way you want to, that you just need to put your love and support for yourself to develop and then just like flourish and nourish out there. So well done, Chirag. You know, catch this back, guys, on my YouTube and my Facebook. It's just been wonderful having Chirag on today, and it's been wonderful being back for you guys as well. If there are any artists out there that would like to join me on Music Hills, thank you, Vinny. Please do hit me up. Let me know. It doesn't matter where you are in your musical journey, or if there's something that you're not an artist and you want to talk about music, why don't we have a session about that? You know, what music means to you guys, and let's get that going. But please do keep supporting Music Hills. I can't ask that enough from you guys. You know, this is why I'm still here and I'm still pushing this by myself independently. So if you find musichills.info, you'll find all the past episodes of season 2, and obviously I'm going to put up Chirag's episode. And if you want to buy me a coffee and donate a little to keeping the quality of Music Hills, it will be amazing. And if you can't, not to worry, your support and love is great. So if you could keep sharing and supporting the love out there for Music Hills, it would be wonderful. So not next week, even I forgot. Music Hills is back on 20th of September with Sang Collie. Now, I am looking forward to speaking to Sang because we have banter. And you'll know when she's an amazing artist, established dholak player in the team Eternal Tal, which we'll talk about. So catch me there. But as I said, my name is Rita Morar. I'm going to sign out now. Thank you so much for your love and support. And I will check you in 2 weeks' time. Make sure you keep supporting and keep enjoying the music out there. All right, guys. Take care. Peace and love.